And if you have a guy playing superhuman again like Tyrese Maxey, that helps out a lot. So does Embiid have it in him to do it again offensively to help out? It may not be in the form of 50 or 35.
Well, I was just going to say the 2 wins they have in this series, Embiid went for 50 and Maxey went for 46 and 9.
Yeah.
So the blueprint's pretty much out there.
Yeah, but does his stamp on the game, is it like we talked about before? Can he give you 25, board well like he did last night, defend, stay out of foul trouble, and assist the basketball while making just smart passes and not turning the ball over like that?
To me, it's not about any specific numbers other than keep the turnovers down and value the basketball. If in the playoffs, I think people come in, especially in the first round, and they always expect like, okay, this guy scored this many points on this field goal percentage and this many assists, whatever. Percentages almost universally go down in the playoffs. Stars are more resistant to that, and there are a select few guys who raise their level in the playoffs. By and large, your efficiency is going to take a hit. I don't care if Joel is, below par in that way. He's got to be the best decision maker on the floor. That's what you count on from your stars. And we did see a lot of good passing out of doubles, a lot of playmaking from Joel throughout that game. But he cannot, under any circumstances, turn the ball over anywhere near as much as he did last night. Can't be as sloppy, as disengaged as he was at times. He's got to be impactful on the boards. He's got to be a useful playmaker. Frankly, he's got to be that sidekick we're talking about to Tyrese Maxey to make sure he's hitting those screens. He's giving them angles to hit, coming out of the dribble handoffs, coming out of pick and rolls, getting the floor spots to clear the way for Tyrese, and that he's looking for him frequently as a passer. I don't care how he has to get it done. What I care about is the effort, the commitment, and the spirit that we saw from him in overtime. I need that long before minute 46 or 47 or whatever he played. Defense from him and rebounding from him, more than good enough body of work last night. But offensively, the 9 turnovers and the way he melted down for stretches that second half is just unacceptable.
You brought it up. Leading scorers in the playoffs so far. Jalen Brunson, number 1. He's shooting 41.9% from the field. Tyrese Maxey is actually number 2. Damian Lillard, number 3, 41.5% from the field. Now, that's thrown off a bit because Dame is taking 12 threes per game, but still the field goal percentage is what it is. And then Embiid is 4. Luka, 38.6% from the field. So to your point, yes, a lot of times efficiency does drop in the playoffs. We've certainly seen that with Joel in the past. And I don't think Joel is anywhere near 100% physically. I'm not sure he's at 70% physically right now. He is gutting his way through these games. That's why the passing and the willingness to embrace that passing to me was encouraging, even in last night's game. The turnovers and the sloppy play were not. So if he cleans that up while embracing that mentality, he might only give you 20 to 25. If that's with good defense and without many mistakes, you will take that because you finally, for the really first time outside of last year's playoff run with Harden, for the first time in Joel Embiid's career, have a guy who can take over the game outside of him. You need a good game from Joel Embiid. You don't necessarily need an A-plus game. If he's going to have another game where he shoots 5 from 7 from 3, great. If not, fewer mistakes, more playmaking. You can win with him getting that.
And that's what I think, even with us, what are we like? Together, at least, about now 5-6 months into the show together here, all 3 of us, where sometimes when I'm saying something, maybe it's coming off the wrong way. That was my point. When you mentioned the 2 games, he had to have 50, he had 46. I was saying 25 instead of having to get 50.
Yeah, no 50,
where your
not
other
even
guys
30.
Step up because you're rebounding, you're defending, you're passing the ball, and you're protecting the rock and not giving those live ball opportunities, as Rich was calling them last night, those pick sixes, where you have McBride and OG Anunoby going the other way, getting finishes.
That OG
you cannot have it.
I thought that was a backbreaker.
Yeah.
That Joel Embiid turning it over when he's posting up, I thought that was a backbreaker.
And you can't have Kelly Oubre going into 3 defenders when you have options to spray the ball around the perimeter to get the ball out of your hands. You can't have Embiid going into 3 different people trying to do the same thing. They have to be smart with the basketball, not turning over and not allowing them to go the other way to get things done. Because if they do that, the points will add up. He only had 19. And that every bit of that 19 mattered with his 16 boards, his 4 blocks, and
did hit some big ones late in that game.
Yes, and one that he had. Again, the man still had a triple-double in the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had the 9 turnovers. But when you look at it, if he didn't get those rebounds, if he didn't get those 4 block shots and assist the way that he did, probably could have had more assists if he didn't cough the ball up as much as he did.
We all silly like the mayor.